shave my head at this point. I'm kind of tired of fighting with it. Alrighty, so here we are. Sort of just seeing where things go. But my plans. I have my schedule. I think I actually left it over there. I'm going to go over and get it. All right, so yeah, that's classy. We got a good job there with that, eh? Did I just A? Okay, so what we're looking at for the remains of this week, I believe. Come on. What's today's date? Today is the 24th. So I do have the right one here. So I have work all the way through to Saturday night. Good times. Gotta love a good cough. Feels like I got a hairball. Okay, so what we've got now is the next week has me off until Wednesday. So I will have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off next week. And from there, it's kind of interesting that they opted to do that. But I'm good with it, and I'm going to take it. It's entirely possible I'll show up for my shift sometime this week, and my manager is going to say, like, oh, well, whoever did the scheduling did that wrong. We want you to come in on Monday, come in on Monday. And I'm like, nope, I made plans based off of the schedule you gave me. And so what I'd like to do over the next few days is see if I can organize my schedule of work shift, come home, work on some things, maybe do a daytime video, and then do these night videos that I usually do. I do want to see if I can start uploading. I've done a few taste tests of Easter themed stuff that I pre-recorded, and it's sort of like the candy cane stuff. It's jelly beans instead of candy canes, so I want to start posting those up. One a day for a while, and just see what I can do. But yeah, so I want to do those. I want to also do those like video pen pals to a few people and just check in with seeing how they're doing. And then during the week, I want to, I think by Saturday next week, I'd like to be able to see if I could do a setup with a camera pointed down at a work surface kind of setup, so that I can give a try to doing some crafty stuff. So that's sort of my hope. I don't know what my week after this coming week looks like, because nobody tells me. I don't get that information. But from the 1st to the 4th, it looks like I'm scheduled to work. And then I have the 5th off and the 7th off, kind of. I don't know if I'll have the 6th off. I doubt it. But when the time comes for, I would say almost by the 10th, if we don't have anything else changing in our area for dealing with this healthcare, well, healthcare is going to be an issue, but this health crisis, then I'm going to try to make a choice about maybe cutting my hours or maybe just not going into work. I don't think they're going to require that I quit, and they're not necessarily going to fire me. So I don't think I'm going to necessarily get unemployment for that time, but I don't want to keep going in. I don't feel the need to keep exposing myself to the health hazard. So I don't know. I'll have to really think about it a little bit because it is a big choice to make. And we're in a position. We're in a position now as a country where, and the prospects of what happens from day to day seem to be changing from day to day. So I can't tell what makes the most sense going forward for me. It's all up in the air. Every day is a new kind of like, oh, well, what's the information this week? What's the situation this week? And I never know. Every day is a new thing. There's actually I might see if I can pull it up. Nope, that's not what I was going for. There we go. See if we can close some of this down. Wow, I got a lot of things open right now. So I made this little thing that I'm going to post up on my Facebook page in the near future, just because I do think it's kind of funny. Breaking news. Good Lord, what now? Because it just feels like every day is some new big thing. And I'm sort of hitting the tired point from it. And I'm inclined to just I'm doing well enough right now that I'm getting myself into a position that I should be able to not worry about it for a long period of time. But I genuinely hate the prospect of walking away from a place that I feel like I'm doing something positive and I'm benefiting from the doing of it, but people aren't behaving better yet, and they may get better in the near future, but honestly it feels like people who are reacting this badly I don't know. I'll think about it, but in the meantime, I do want to see if I can step up what I do on my channels here and just see if I can move my life a little bit more in this direction. Because this fulfills some of my sense of doing something for the community right now. But I ultimately find it rewarding, and it touches on something in me to express and share and interact on this level. I think the way I've heard it referred to on a few occasions is like, you're at a party and somebody comes up and what do you do for a living? And I would say what I do for a living is I do art and create games and tell jokes and that kind of things. And oh, so you make a decent amount of income from that? Oh, no. I do that for a living. What do I do for money? That's a job. And I feel like that sort of little anecdotal story, I think that hits a key component of how I approach things in my life. Like, I'm not doing the things, like, I don't get a paycheck and I don't go to a job for my living. That's for my income. That's an entirely different thing. Income is the thing I need to do in order to survive. But the things that I enjoy doing, the things I enjoy sharing, and the things I work on, and the projects I make for myself, those are me in the process of living. And I feel like the current environment we're all exposed to makes it so that what I do for an income is a hazard. And there's an opportunity for me to access and explore more of the things that I do for a living. And I kind of want to lean into that more. Like, it would be nice that if I could find a way to make that help me survive. But like, even if it doesn't, like, it's still my living. If it could be living and survival, that'd be great. But even if it isn't, the living is the more important part, I think, for my well-being. Like, for me, living is like, what would be the point of surviving if you never lived? Not really much. What would be the point of living if you didn't survive? Not really very much. But there are a lot of chances out there to find a way to survive. There's only one way for me to be me and live my life. So I can't shut that off. Like, that's the hard way to describe this is really just that the process of survival is one that's sort of like that off-the-shelf, one-size-fits-all winter cap that you can wear. Like, there are dozens of them, dozens of colors, dozens of patterns. You can find them pretty much anywhere. You can change one out for a different one at any time. But the head you put it on, you don't get to change that out. That's yours. You can decorate it any way you want. You can trim and style. You can change and think differently, learn new things, get glasses. You can change the head a little bit, but you're not changing the head. You're just decorating it. You're customizing it. You're making it your own. You're identifying yourself with it. But it is still always the head you started with. The hat can change all you want. My life is this. The hat I wear, I can change at any time. And it doesn't just have to be the things we're used to thinking about. You can change things up to live out of your car in a park. Yeah, what is it? The Bureau of Land Management Parks. I've done stuff like that before. I've been homeless for a period of time. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, I guess the short and sweet of it is, like, what I do for income is not what I do for a living. And so what I do as a living is more about making sure that I have a life that's meaningful and important to me. And what I do for an income, I can change at any time. So I'm going to see where things go for the next couple of weeks at where I'm currently working, and I may just opt to just not return after a little while. If things don't look like they're going to be more careful, if people aren't getting smarter and the environment doesn't get less dangerous to be in, I'm not going to keep exposing myself to that. I can come work on things. "15 minutes. What time is it now?" I think I've been on for about 20. No, I've been on for about 17. Yeah, I've been on for about 17 minutes. I don't know what's going. I do know that this has told me at least once in this process that signal's getting difficult, and I'm hearing from a fair number of people that we're getting an inordinate traffic load on the internet pipelines. The infrastructure is not meant to handle this many people stuck at home using the internet. So they're throttling people down a lot. So it may be somewhere in the pipelines that each of us travel through, we're getting choked off. And it's something I'm trying to keep in mind. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up doing some pre-recorded videos for most of the other stuff. I will still try to do the nighttime live streams, but every night this last week, I have gotten a signals not getting through notice on the top of my video. And we've had that happen before here. Like, most notoriously was when I was doing the cooking show in the kitchen, and huge chunks of that are missing because it just stopped recording for like 10 minutes because it wasn't getting the signal through. And so I'll be halfway through starting something, and then I'll be just finishing up that phase right after, and it just skips right over that. I don't know what does that here, but I do think some of it has to do with the traffic, the internet traffic, and I think it's definitely gotten worse over the last week. Okay, so I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, that's the other thing I need to. Looking at doing the like, I do want to do a top-down setup in the cup this week. I want it to get done this week. I'm getting lag in my video. Some of my other projects, I can do some every now and then on like a day off and after work for a little while. See, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to reconnect. I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know why it keeps behaving like a jerk. Cool. Thanks for the notification. Don't you dare clip this out. Okay, so I don't know why it does it on my side. There's a bit of a stutter. There might be, you might be catching it a minute or two behind what I'm doing. But at any rate, so I want to try to see if I can do some top-down artwork stuff. And I want to see if I can get, my lungs hurt today. They really hurt today. I'm wondering if I'm having some allergy to something. But at any rate, going forward to making videos from a top down, no, can't seem to find out what I'm looking for. Doing videos from the top down. I want to do I've already pre-recorded taste tests for the Easter jelly bean stuff. I started that even before the whole everybody started locking people down in different cities kind of thing. So I guess that's going up anyway. So it's a little weird, I guess, now, but I do want to see if I can set up the green screen behind me. And I may have to readjust the camera angle and positioning to get it right, because this is a right angle to this. So do I cover this with green and this? Maybe. It might be worth a try. I don't know that I can get it to work. I don't know quite right with like leaving it up so that when the door opens, the seam in the green is not visible, but I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Having a bent green screen so I could do an angled in view might not be a bad way to go. And I have a lamp here that's not plugged in, but I should be able to set it up on the floor and light the green screen behind me so that it's easier to chroma key. And I might see if I can change the mount out on the microphone. I'm sure that was a great audio pickup for you. Mount the microphone on a tripod or something and move it off of a table. And so I hope to do that. And if I can do a setup for webcam and the monitor that keep them off the surface that I'm using right now. Again, sorry, I don't mean to keep making noises on the mic, but get them off that surface and clear that surface off. I should be able to set up a crafting mat and switch the camera pointing downward so that I can work on the surface. Like, that's the hope. And I want to try to get that done this week so that I can start doing videos of different types other than just the live videos at night. Okay, so where are we with some of this stuff? I think it's really weird that, let's try something. I need to work on my understanding on how to use other social media platforms other than just YouTube, because I can't seem to count on YouTube to get me messages of when things happen. Like that, the other day when I was checking through, the videos to see whether or not the last video I had posted had gone up as private or public, I noticed that you had left a message like a while back. And so let's see, like comments, when was that? I never got a notice that happened. So let's move that. So let's not filter them. Let's see what we got. I don't know why that's behaving that way. Okay, so it was 1 month ago. You responded, or you commented on one of my videos. It was the night planning how to shoot tabletop Let's Plays. And you said something about Esper the Bard. And I never got notice about it. And so when anything happens on YouTube, I don't seem to be getting it. I don't know why it behaves that way.
Shadow.
Hey. Don't pop open videos. Thanks. All right. So, and I think there are a few other things that I'm not as familiar with. Let's see. Facebook is, I'm not a big Facebook user for a lot of things. I do have some social groups that I connect with from there. Why are there 99 plus notifications hidden? I don't know that I'll make any use of that. That's a lot of information to sift through. Mark all as red, because I'm not going to sift through all of that. Thanks, because that one was, it's a post on YouTube creators. That's small content creators. Like, none of these people are actually interacting with me in any way. I don't know why that's popping up. Okay, so we got an inbox. Okay, what do we got? So available. Okay, yeah, like that doesn't tell me anything. Go to my page. Yeah, I don't know like who made the settings for these, but they're not very intuitive. I think the last thing I have on my main page is pictures of food that I prepped the last time we did a cooking series. Wow, that was a while ago, wasn't it? And we lost internet last night too. So, I mean, like, I'm not even finding where that's at, honestly. Is that on, that's not on Facebook, is it? Is it on YouTube? Twitter? That's one of those weird things that I'm not seeing anything. Okay, yeah, we're done with that one. You can set that as done. That's a comment from somebody that was 28 weeks ago. Page info, you got like this setup. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know where to look for where you're even telling me to look. I don't see any notifications or contact or anything like that. Page info. Yes, thanks. Great. No, that's not what I... So notifications, inbox. I don't know. No. What, in the comments over here? Because I'm not seeing anything over here. And nothing. Where am I supposed to be looking? Because actually, it might be possible that if you're posting a link anywhere, YouTube might not be letting it happen. Let me see. So I have... You have not lagged is immediately followed by the way, when you try opening these URLs, give it at least 30 seconds for pics to appear. Lag relates to being free, I think. You may not wait that long, but some did to me. So there are no links in that. So let's see. This might be fun. See if I can pull up this video on another computer, and hopefully I can mute the audio. Okay, so let's go to... Dude, just go to YouTube. It's not that hard. Okay, so let's see. Oh no, that's wrong. Wrong browser. I have one browser set up specifically to access this account so that I don't get anything mixed up. All right, so let's see if it appears on a different computer at the time. I have never tried to load. Well, that's not true. I think I've loaded a video in progress on a different computer a couple times in the past. But let's see how weird this gets. So we are currently running live. 2 live viewers. I don't know who the second one is, unless it's me, but I'm not there yet. All right. So dare I see if I can see the chat on the side while doing this? This might get weird. Please don't cause feedback while doing this. This might get weird. Please don't cause feedback while doing this. This might get weird. Okay. That was kind of fun. There is a little bit of a lag. I do think that's kind of funny. Okay, so what do we got? So I hit the mute. So you have not lagged on my PC yet. Yeah, it looks like it ate the links. So if you posted links, they're gone. Yeah, I think we did it once before too. I think you that was you sent a link for the popping sound that we turned into an explosives sound when we were doing audio mix. That was a while back. If that's where you're keeping your files, let me see. Oh, God, I can't even remember. Let's try. What was it? You said SYNK? Or SYNC? Yeah, I don't think that's popping up on this one here. Let's try. Well, every time I try to use this one while I'm filming, it crashes it. So I'm not going to play with that too much right now. I mean, I think I gave you my Facebook info for the channel for this, for my inspired content Facebook page. Oop, I think I lost your signal. Either that or we lost my signal. I'm not sure which. Thanks, YouTube. Always a help. Might be able to give it a try. So let's see, what do we got here? I think one of the things that I have seen work is if you leave off the www and the first dot, you put the main part and then you spell .com or whatever it is that you use. So it's like it would be like Google would be GOOGLEDOT COM. So that would get you to google.com. And then I think really the big thing to avoid is any of the dot anythings and the backslashes. And if you just spell out those components, sometimes you can get an address through. So, I mean, I'll see what we can get to work here. It doesn't always seem to want to work. I know it's like I do something for like phone numbers for stuff like that sometimes where like I don't want to reveal my phone number. Like I know there are bots that fish phone numbers off of private messaging systems. And so like if anybody I'm trying to interact with wants my phone number, like I will spell ONE instead of putting the number 1, and then every now and then I'll use one of the digits, especially if it's like a longer digit. But yeah, I've done stuff like that. So all right, let's see what we can do with it. All right, so let's try. I can see something. Let's see if we can hop on over to. I also want to see if it's going to affect the viewer count here, and when it does when I hop on. Okay, so we're on here. Where's the chat? Pull up the chat. Huh. That's interesting. So on this one where I'm pulling it up to see if I can view it separately, and it did pull up a third viewer, so I don't know why we're getting the third one, but on this one that I'm using here to view the video, and it's like a few seconds behind us, I just said something like that, lol, followed by that work ? So it's not showing up on here, but it's showing up on there. So I guess I'm going to give it a try. Oh, and it dropped one of our signals again. I don't know whose signal it's dropping. I don't know anymore. I really don't know. All right, so let's try this. Where's my control button? Control copy. All right, let's pull open another page. I might lose the whole signal right now if we try this, but we'll try it. Okay, so what we're going to do is Control V. Will it work for me? No. That's really not what I was going for. Something about liquid nitrogen transporter. Okay, so let's try. Will that work? No. Like, why are you behaving that way? What's at the end of this? That's the trick here, I think, that I gotta figure out. Yeah, and I don't know who the other one is. I basically got IN2 sync. Okay, so that's what I need to do. That's what I'm doing wrong. So let's try. Gotta get my lighting worked out better. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. An error occurred. Oh, so it says it's loading, so we'll give it a little chance here. I wonder if there's a way I can text it to me from this computer to this computer. This one here. This one here. I need to point that camera better. But it may have that loading lag that you were talking about. Yeah, I changed the dot. I think I was just having a little bit of trouble placing it right once I deleted the DOT. I think there's got to be a better way to communicate somewhere on here. I think there's a community tab somewhere that supposedly we should be able to use, but I don't think I'm big enough to qualify. I'm not sure what the specifications are on that. Can I set up a community tab? Dashboard. My channel. Okay, see what we can do here. Probably taxing my battery pretty aggressively. Discussion. Add a public comment. We can try this. So I think I've set, if I have my settings right for the community, or what is it, the discussion tab on my inspired content page, I can post to it, but I think I have to require or to approve anybody else who posts. So yeah, and I'll see if I can do that. It says it's still loading. It also says at the top there's an error. It says it's one of those triangles with the exclamation point hazard signs on it, and then it says 1000, an error has occurred, in a big gray bar at the top. But underneath it says loading. So I could try that again. Refresh and see if that's making a difference. Ooh, okay, yeah. So I wasn't seeing some of the. Should probably take the opportunity now. Ooh, I should take the opportunity now. Yeah, I got a freeze frame here, and then a warning here that I'm my signal's getting dropped. It's really behaving weirdly. But I will see if I can copy and paste these into a document that I can chase once we're done here. Oh, there we go. One of the maps came up. The island of Thane. And then, so that's one of them. It's sort of sideways. I can pull that down, I think. Download. Yeah? No? Doesn't always like to behave itself. Gonna play away with me. All right, cool. Oh, I think it snagged it there, yeah. And then you had two more, you said? Yep. I will pull those off right now and I cut and paste to a doc file that I can follow. Copy. All right, so that way I can chase them down a little bit later. Let's pull up simple text. All this is probably straining the heck out of my processor or my signal. I got too many things running over my Wi-Fi right now. One of these days, I'm probably going to get a setup that I can hardwire right in, so there shouldn't be as much of a Wi-Fi strain. But I think we're good there. So I downloaded the first one, the Island of Thane, based on the reports of various travelers and the surveys of Malacandrius of Ashenford. So I grabbed that picture, and I will see if I can grab the others after we're done here. But in the meantime, while we were talking about that, I was looking over at my cover page for my channel, the inspired content cover page. And up top, they have that home, videos, playlist, channels, discussion, and about page. And if you click the discussion tab, it should bring up a page where I would theoretically post things if I paid attention to that page at all right now. But I do seem to recall a while back I did some settings changes and adjustments. And one of the settings I did was, I think I set that to have to be approved for a post to show up in. So what would happen in that case is, and you might try it, I wouldn't put anything that you don't want anybody to follow, but you could try posting a link to, say, one of my other videos or something like that in there and see if the link shows up. And then it might not show up for you to see that it went up. Okay, so like you might be able to send me a link and it wouldn't show up for other people to see, but it would go into my to be approved post section, and I can copy that information and theoretically delete that post, and it wouldn't harm the ability to communicate through there. But it would be an easier means of exchanging links, because I know you don't use Facebook a lot. And to be fair, I use it for communicating with friends and family mostly, but I don't use the page for my inspired content very often because it never is on the top of my brain to think about doing that. So I always miss that opportunity. But using the discussion tab, I think we might be able to do that. So I could probably post a link in there. in this case, nothing others could not see. Yeah, so it's, let's see. Let's see if I can do, it's been a while since I did that. Let's see if I can go over to DeviantArt. Ba-da-bum, DeviantArt, DeviantArt. I do have an account on DeviantArt that I haven't posted much new to in a while. I think the last thing I did for my account on DeviantArt was some of the pixel art we did for my channel. Yeah, and the stain shading, the monochrome watercolor. So let's try that. Post that as a link over in the discussion tab. So link to my DeviantArt. And I do think I've got a map or two over there. And see if that shows up. So I posted a link to my DeviantArt page. You may have to delete the S, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Nope, it showed up. I followed it. It seems to be working just fine. So that would take you over to my DeviantArt page. It's got one of my Halloween costumes on it when I did the giant minion. Anyway, so I posted that link to the discussion page of my inspired content page. So if you go to inspired content, on the top it should have videos, playlists, and discussion. If it doesn't have the discussion, it means I'm probably not qualified enough with enough viewers to warrant getting a discussion tab. But it looks like on my end I can post in it, so I can get rid of this one because that was a test. Delete. I should probably get back to playing around more on DeviantArt, posting some of my stuff up there. And I need to get that, what was it, the Tumblr account? You don't see the tab. Okay, so let's see if I can pull this up for us. So we have inspired content. Go back to my channel. No, that's my channel art. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so what you probably get something. Oop, nope, I've got TubeBuddy on, so that's going to block that. So let's pull that out of the way, shall we? Okay, so what you're probably getting right now is something. Oh, good. The camera's going to freak out. Something along that. You see, so there's a. What do we got here? This is home, videos, playlists, channels, and then discussion is right here. That. It should take you right to that little wall where it'll have one post, I think, one comment that is from me, and it says, here's the link to my DeviantArt page. It's sort of like a messenger for YouTube, which I don't know how I feel about that, but it may be an easier way to communicate. So let's see if I can find that on. So let's go to YouTube on my other browser, which isn't signed in. Yeah, this is probably, yeah, that might be my Deviant, yeah. So let's see. Okay, so inspired content. But the place in which I posted that link is a place that you should be able to maybe leave a message. Let me try it on my other account because it's not, my two accounts are not associated with one another. So on this one right here, that I'm the laptop I'm using right here, I should be just a viewer, and I do not see. Interesting. So did you see a link for my DeviantArt or not? Interesting. I don't think I'm subscribed to my own channel, so I may not be getting it because I'm not subscribed. Let me try making a post. Oh, no, that's something else. So let's try. So this is getting all very confusing with me having conversations with myself over YouTube. All right, so with that having been done, what we should have now is refresh. Okay, so one. I didn't get a notice of messages in discussion. So what I was basically aiming towards was you should be able to see the image crappy, but and I'm on the wrong side. So, oh God, always thing. So what you'll probably get here is, are you gonna get the signal back or what? Because it says I've lost my signal here and I may not get back. Cool, awesome. So, so right here you'll see this is my post here, and there's a blue link there. And I don't know if they're blocking links now or what. So let's try. I don't know if I still have you even still. Actually, it might not let me post links, just like it won't let you see a link. All right, so let's try. YouTube is really strict sometimes about not letting anybody post a link. So I don't know what's this way. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete all of the pertinence and try that. And see if that works. And now go back over to just trying this out to see if we can get this to work, because it is a discussion forum. We should be able to discuss on it, but I don't know what's going on with that. So let's try that again. Discussion forum for inspired content channel. So I can't seem to get that to do what I need it to do. Hello, me. Facebook Messenger sometimes works. Like I was saying earlier, I'm getting a lot of messages stating that certain groups that my channel belongs to are constantly posting updated messages. So I had a huge mass of like 90 plus things that nobody's talking to me. They're just talking to each other in the connections. And I'm just getting a notice every time it happens. But I don't know why we aren't getting any, like, why have a YouTube discussions tab if we can't use it to discuss anything? Or are you able to see anything at all on there or no? The discussions tab? Sort of a dick move that they won't let you post anything. So, yeah, I mean, I may just have to just figure out another option. I do still have the Twitter account, and I do still have the Tumblr, and they should have a link up top. Mountain banner and food. Interesting. I don't know what that is. Because my roving Jack Deviant art. So are you getting that? Ah, okay, that's weird. All right, so let's do, I've got my Facebook page linked. If you look at the top of my page with the IC and the logos for the books, the game piece, and all that stuff, underneath of that, is there a little bit of a thing with Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr logos in it? I don't know why it's not working right, but let's try that. So I did post something to Twitter earlier today, and I'm able to pop over using that. So let's see, Facebook, does it take me over there? Yep. Oh, wow, my Facebook didn't work. Cool, that's good to know. How about Tumblr? So let's see. That's a problem I need to address, I guess, in the next few days. So like what I've got up here, again, the camera's probably going to freak out on me when I do this, but what I've got here is, if you look at here along the top, right over here is this little shade area, Facebook and Tumblr. And if you just click on those, they should drop you over onto them. Facebook's not working as a link right now. Let's see what else. Can you go to the About tab? So you don't have this channel art at the top. So that's the book, the play piece, the cart. That's the logo on the banner there at the top. You don't have that? So on my About page, there are some links on the About page. There we go. Facebook may not work again. Yeah. The link you followed may be expired. Okay, so I have to fix my Facebook link. But Tumblr and Twitter should still work. Twitter should get you over to me. YouTube. That's a YouTube link. So like, see if I can pull that up over my roving jack here. So what you would do in YouTube is go to my channel. So like you'd go here, you search for inspired content. It's got my logo on the top. Click that to go over. And it should have the top banner right there on the home page. And that top banner, at least for me on both of my accounts, so if I'm looking at inspired content from my Roving Jack account, like I am right now, it has the Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr links in the top right corner, right underneath the game controller and the heart. Sorry about that. So that's, yeah, oh yeah, that's over the mountains. Gotcha. Miscommunication, my fault. Sorry about that. No, on YouTube, there's the top part, and the underneath is the discussions. I don't think messages are getting transferred back there. I'm trying to figure out why. But at the top right corner underneath the game controller on YouTube is Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr accounts. Facebook link isn't working. I don't know. I have to reset that link, but you should be able to click on one of those, like the Twitter especially. You could probably drop in on Twitter on me there. Tumblr you could also do. I don't know if that's of any interest to anybody. That immediately takes me to the elevator pitch for novel, elevator pitch for short story, elevator pitch for novella, and the beginning is nigh. All the amazing stuff that I've posted on there. Not. So that one pulls us over there. The Twitter page pulls you over to me on Twitter. And I don't, do you use either Twitter or, you said you kind of use Facebook a little bit for family, I think. But they have messaging capabilities that are fairly easily used. And if I can get the link up for Facebook again, I think I could probably get messages sent there as well. Yeah, that's, I don't know why that happened there, but I will see if I can fix that. So when you look at the discussion, do you see posts by anybody? Because I'm noticing right now that, yeah, it's something I don't do a lot of either. I just started getting back into it again. But let's see. In my discussions tab, do you see any posts in the discussion on YouTube? I don't know why that's not showing up. That's weird. Huh, anyway. Yeah, so there are ways to communicate. I just need to get better at it, I guess. And the choking off of links is hard. An account like, if you had a DeviantArt account, you could probably go on DeviantArt and post a message to me there. You can do it on Twitter. You should be able to do it with Facebook and Tumblr. You could direct message links, and that would be a way to get around YouTube stopping links being sent. Huh. Yeah, YouTube's being a butthead. That's what's happening right now. I can't get it to behave itself. I don't, but I guess we can try Facebook or Twitter or something like that if we need to send links for future reference. Can you post in the discussions on my page, on my YouTube? See if there's anything in community tab. Audio, subtitles, comments. Okay, so likely spam. Oh, here we go. I might have caught myself in my own. There we go. So I saw a message you posted, and I just approved it. It might show up now for you. And here we go. Let's try this. Now, let's go over and see. Oh, let's kick out of here. Don't need to be doing that. I think we may have worked something. We may have figured something out tonight. I just have to proactively manage that a little bit better. So there we go. Hello, me. Let's try this. Hello, this is a test. Let's try this way, and then my DeviantArt account name under that. So I have a message that you have posted now. It didn't show up until I approved it. So if you do that in the future, if you want to send a link that way by dropping it in there, and like during a chat like this, I can pull it up on this laptop on my lap here, see the link, and take those links. I should be able to do that for swapping links during a live chat. So that should work in the future. You may still have to do that, omitting the www and replacing the dot with dot. But if we do that, we should be able to swap those links a little bit easier now. And I will not make them public. So let's try. Let's see. I want to see if it will take a full copy account here. Deviant. Pull my Deviant account up and do a link copy. And then go over here, send it. Well, I've already got those 3 links already copied, so there's no reason to run through any extra hoops right now. But for future reference, we'll have to try to remember that we may have a way to do that outside of trying to post them in the live chat. Okay, so I've sent from Roving Jack over to Inspired Content a link to my DeviantArt account, but it won't currently show because I haven't approved it in the Inspired Content. So I have to go into my Studio account and go into Comments and see Waiting for Approval or Held for Review Posts. And there we go. So check mark the approval of that one. Now let's go back over to my channel and see if the link works live. I will check the other 2 links later. Let's see, discussion tab. Ooh, Oh, there we go. It's got my Deviant account, clickable. So do you see the clickable DeviantArt account on the discussion tab now? You might have to refresh. So it looks like I can do clickable links there. It's a very roundabout way of doing things, I think, but I guess they just don't like you post. And I can kind of get it. Like, people can spam all sorts of things if you're not careful with what you let get through. But so that may be a means of exchanging from now on that don't require us to go through Facebook accounts or things like that. I mean, you can still post on my Facebook page. I don't mind. You're going to get more posting on my Facebook page than I do. I need to be better than that. But we'll get there. Wow. Okay, so we're an hour and 18 minutes in almost. I'm due for work tomorrow. Yeah, DeviantArt is it's sort of like a portfolio of things I've made in the past. If you hop over there, you can see some of the art projects that I've done for years. And you'll see that I don't update regularly, like with a lot of social media. So I got to get better at doing that too. But I think we sort of hatched a way to exchange information now. And I should theoretically be able to use that discussion tab for posting links to outside projects. So like an outside website that I might build for a given project, or if I ever get like a Twitch channel up and running, or I might be able to swap in a link for Discord channel that people can use to live chat with me at other times. And we can use them for video chats and live gameplay. I've been thinking about the Roll20 being able to do a demonstration gameplay and get people to log in with me on that one. So theoretically, there are a bunch of ways I can use some of that communication and link swap. I guess it's good that we were doing that tonight anyway, to expand what I can and can't do with my YouTube channel. So I will explore that in the future. I'm going to call it a night here and finish up a few other things and head to bed. I will try to be back on tomorrow. I think I'm going to start uploading those jelly bean taste tests, which may not be your thing, but and I may do my first attempt at a video pen pal for some people I know on another forum and post that tomorrow. And then a live video tomorrow. My hope is that over the next 4 days that I'll be able to build a setup to do top-down, because I would like to just honestly, instead of just being a talking head for this kind of thing, I could set the camera overhead and just do some doodling, making hand-drawn mazes, some simple goofing around with some pen and paper. If I can get that thing to cooperate with me with the white balance and not freaking out all the time. Yeah, some things to work on this week. And I guess I'll do them on the live chats. I don't have to be playing with the world building all the time, do I? Nah. All right, I'm going to go check out those other links that you gave me for tonight, and then I will catch you tomorrow. Thanks for working with me to see if we can figure that out tonight. Black paper, white ink. I've thought actually about, there are some like slate gray and like beige papers you can get. They're like artist quality papers. They're much more expensive papers, but they're meant for giving a neutral tone that you can use like white chalks or white pastels to make highlights. So it gives a neutral medium tone, and you can bring a lights and highlight colors by putting down lighter chalks or colored pencils and the darker ones. So it's like, they do exist. I could probably get construction paper in a brown and use I would probably have to use like a black marker on it to do what I was talking about doing. I could do that. I could do a black marker on a brown construction paper just for goofing. But as much as that's a hack to get around some of the limitations, I think it would just be easier to get a better sense of how to control this so it doesn't panic when it sees white. Because I'm going to be doing projects and I want to be able to share them on the format that I do. So I think we'll figure something out. All right, so I'm going to say take care and have a good night. And I almost hit B. Good night. Did I spell it right this time? Probably. There we go. I think a few times I've done it really badly.